step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, you beautiful early risers, and welcome to it. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show is live, large, and in charge on this Monday morning, ready to take you into the week. And of course, in case you didn't know, as of midnight last night, we've officially downgraded to level 1! Yes, celebrations all around. But what does it mean for us? Well, we have Western Cape Premier Alan Windy standing by to talk about what this level entails for us and the future of the economy for our country. Then also, our friend in finance, Chris Wood from Nedbank, shares some tips on how to use a credit card in a time of need. So there's lots to discuss, but do let us know, hashtag Expresso Show wherever you go on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'd love to hear how you are experiencing the first couple of hours of level 1 lockdown. In fact, let's find out what the team is feeling about it. Morning, guys. Welcome to level 1.
Good morning. Welcome
Good morning.
I almost feel like whenever we say level 1 or just a different level, it's almost like Jumanji, like we've opened
You've
a
made it.
key.
Ching, 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 ching.
Level 1.
Up, one up. We've done it. We've made it. Can you believe it? We are now on level 1. What does it mean for us? What does it mean for our industry? I think those of us in the entertainment industry are very excited. And you think of how many artists have lost so much, dancers, production houses, to not being able to host events just on the corporate scene alone. It's a massive, massive move forward. So we're obviously really excited about the implications, but it does not mean that we shirk our responsibilities in terms of what we have to do when we're out in public. So you've got to keep your masks on, you've got to maintain your social distancing. Everything else remains the same. We've still got to look after each other. That's our responsibility. But we want to know, how does it affect you guys at home? What are you most looking forward to about level 1, and what is going to change in your circumstances?
And just like you said, Corona's not gone yet. Yes, it's a big thing for us in South Africa as the world to be able to reach level 1, being from level 5. We know we're going through the paces, but it's still out there, so we still have to stay safe, stay home, sanitize, wear the mask. So again, take all the necessary precautions that you need to do to keep yourself safe, because we still want to be with you guys. And of course, you get to wake up with us this morning. But of course, we're going to get on with the order of the day and find out what's happening in those news headlines with Kat.
Thanks very much, guys. It's just gone 2 minutes past 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. Here's a first look at the news headlines. On the national news front, the non-profit organization Forensics for Justice has offered R1 million reward in exchange for information that would lead to the arrest and conviction of the person or people who arranged the murder of top cop Charles Kinnear. Now, Lieutenant Colonel Kinnear was shot and killed outside his Bishop Lavis home on Friday afternoon. He served the South African Police Service for 31 years. Earlier, Police Minister visited Kinnear's family and pledged that his killers would be brought to book. He said Kinnear was the best of the best at his job. In other news, the Department of Basic Education yesterday said all teachers with comorbidities who were asked to work from home to reduce the risk of contracting COVID-19 should return to the classroom today. The department is expecting some 22,500 teachers to return. Spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga said teachers who feel that they are not well are advised to apply for sick leave using the proper channels. Mhlanga urged schools to continue making use of substitute teachers if they can afford it and budget is available, or use them in other ways possible. Taking a look at international news headlines, the World Health Organization has agreed on rules for the testing of African herbal remedies to fight COVID-19. Now, sound science would be the sole basis of safe and effective traditional therapies to be adopted, it said. Any traditional remedies that are judged effective could be fast-tracked for large-scale manufacturing. Madagascar's leader has been promoting an untested product he says can cure the disease, despite the WHO warning against using untested remedies. The WHO said the new rules were aimed at helping and empowering scientists in Africa to conduct proper clinical trials. Now, 2 extremely rare Javan rhinoceros calves have been spotted in an Indonesian national park, boosting hopes for the future of one of the world's most endangered mammals. Now, the rhino calves, a female and male, were seen with their mothers in footage taken from some 100 camera traps installed in Ujung Kulon National Park. Now, Ujung Kulon is the last remaining wild habitat for Javan rhinos. The arrival of the new calves brings the total number of the rare mammals to 74. And now news of a bizarre, albeit major, annual awards ceremony in Los Angeles. The 72nd Emmy Awards ceremony started a few minutes ago, and it doesn't look anything like we've seen before. Actors on the red carpet in amazing outfits, well, that's cancelled. Celebrities seated shoulder to shoulder in luxurious auditoriums as envelopes are unsealed, cancelled. Jimmy Kimmel is hosting the bizarre ceremony from a virtually empty Staples Center in downtown LA, as more than 100 nominees watch and broadcast themselves from locations ranging across 10 countries. A kit has been delivered to each nominee with instructions on how to put together a DIY studio, complete with a ring light, a microphone, a laptop, and a camera. After that, it's up to the nominees and their Wi-Fi signals to do the job of beaming live images to viewers' screens. Now, winners will accept their awards at home and wherever they are. Nominees were told Emmy producers would send staff to personally deliver trophies to the winners in their homes. As top British actor Brian Cox, nominated for Best Drama Actor, remarked, "There's going to be a man standing outside the door with an Emmy, which I may not win." Well, just another 2020/COVID phenomena. Well, that's it for the news at 6 o'clock. We'll have another report for you at 7 o'clock. But right now, with a bumper sport weekend behind us, let's take a look at all the top results. Here's Graham.
Thanks so much, Kat. Bumper sporting weekend indeed. Let's kick it off with rugby down in Australia. The Brumbies beat the Reds 28-23 in the Super Rugby AU final to be crowned champions in Canberra on Saturday. The hosts had the upper hand in the fast-paced encounter and outscored the Reds with 3 tries to 2. Tries by Folau Fainga's, Andy Moorhead and Tom Banks and Noah Lelesio. They all contributed 13 points for the boot to secure the win and title for the Brumbies. Definitely the form team throughout the competition. A little further afield, or at least in the UK, defending English Premier League champions Liverpool made it 2 wins in 2 matches after beating a 10-man Chelsea 2-0 in a hard-fought encounter at Stamford Bridge. A brace by Senegalese star forward Sadio Mane confirming the win for the Reds. Now the results: Man United suffered a shock 3-1 loss at Old Trafford to Crystal Palace. That was in their first match of the brand new Premier League season. Spurs got back to winning ways, claiming a 5-2 win over Southampton. Son Heung-min scoring 4 in the process, and Arsenal, they beat West Ham 2-1. And on to golf. There were many fist pumps and high fives all around after a truly dominant performance by American professional golfer Bryson DeChambeau at Winged Foot, and saw him walk away as the 120th US Open champion in the early hours of this morning. DeChambeau was the only player to break par in the final round as he carded a 3-under 67 to reach a 6-under on the week for a 6-shot victory. This is the 27-year-old's first major title. South Africa's Louis Oosthuizen was in the chase, but ended up finishing 3rd. Then on to cycling, another massive weekend. Slovenia's Tadej Pogačar became the 2nd youngest Tour de France winner in history at the age of just 21. Long-time race leader Primož Roglič ended 2nd, while Australia's Richie Porte came in 3rd in the world's biggest cycling event. Sam Bennett took the green jersey as well and won that final stage, the 21st and final stage of the Tour de France, crossing the finish line ahead of world champion Mads Pedersen. Then in motorsport, Monster Energy Yamaha's Maverick Vinales, he won the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Misano after a nail-biting final lap. Vinales finishing ahead of Suzuki X-Star's John Mir and Red Bull KTM's Paul Espargaro. Jonas Yamaha's former championship leader Fabio Quartararo was set to finish on the podium, was handed a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits, demoting the Frenchman to 4th place. South Africa's Brad Binder didn't have a great day, along with MotoGP veteran Valentino Rossi, both crashing out of the race. But tons to chew on there, so we'll get into all of our weekend sporting highlights in our weekend sports review in just a moment. Stick around for that. Right now, let's get our first take at the weather.
Thank you so much, G. Let's get into the first look at today's forecast. But first, here are your sunrise pictures. This one from Nick Lombard captured this deep orange sunrise picture from Lurifontein in the Northern Cape. Now, your temperatures today for the day ranges from 7 to 23 degrees. Another one coming through from one of our favorites, Alan Rudnicki, shared this stunning image of what mornings look like in Durbanville. Now, your part of the country will enjoy clear skies with a minimum of 11 degrees and a maximum of 19 degrees. Again, thank you so much for your sunrise pictures. Please continue to share them on our social media and we will show them live on the show. Now, the Atlantic hurricane season off the east coast of America has reached its peak, Put differently, this marks just the second time in history that forecasters have had to resort to the Greek alphabet because available storm names have been exhausted. Now, there's only been one other year, which was 2005, that Greek names were needed and where officials had to use a total of 6 Greek letters. This as outer bands of Tropical Storm Beta, one of several storms creating a record-breaking Atlantic hurricane season, are lashing the coast of Texas and puts over 10 million people under tropical storm warnings. Now bringing it back home, here's a first look at the temperature for the country. Starting off with Polokwane, your low is 14, peaking at 29 degrees today. Umbombela ranges from 13 to 26. If you're out in Pretoria, your low comes through with a low of 16 and a high of 30. For you, Johannesburg ranges from 14 to 27 and a 25% chance of rain today. For you, Mahikeng, you range from 13 to 32. Klerksdorp, 12-30. If you're out in Kimberley, coming through with a low of 6 and a high of 25. If you're out in Bloemfontein, you can expect a low of 5 and a high of 22. Richards Bay, 14-21 with a 30% chance of rain. Pietermaritzburg, if you're out there, it is a low of 8 and a high of 16 today. The city of Durban is a low of 16 and a high of 22. Umtata ranges from 3 to 19. East London for you, it is 13-19. Craddock coming through with a low of -1 and a high of 18. And then Port Elizabeth PE with a low of 12 and a high of 19. George, for you today, your temperatures range from 6 to 16. The mother city Cape Town coming through with a low of 11 and a high of 19. Worcester 7-19. Sutherland -4, peaking at 18 degrees. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington starting it off with a low of 6 and a high of 26. Of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, happy Monday to all of you.
Hopefully you are feeling inspired, enthused. We are going to go on and on about going down to level 1, but it does have massive implications. So we're going to revel in that just a little bit. But
yeah,
like any Monday, this does come with, the aches and pains, the rust. You got to get going. And sometimes it can be quite difficult to find that 100% motivation, that 100% freshness on a Monday morning. But obviously for us, it's amplified even more because we've got to come with the business. We've got to come with the energy, and we've got to be ready to drag y'all into this brand new week. So we've been applying our own kind of creative thought to the idea of what it means to be 100% committed and awake and refreshed and motivated on a Monday morning, and you got some tips for us today.
I do.
So I hope you're going to inspire me, man.
I put together some, hashtag Monday motivation quotes, if you will. Just kind of things that I think about and try and live by. The first of which is about finding a way to kind of like align yourself kind of spiritually. At the start of the day, when you wake up, align yourself spiritually, and I find that the best way to do that is by taking a moment to really just be grateful for everything that you have, and you think about as many of things that you're grateful for as possible, because I think that gratitude really elevates your state of mind when you find what you're really grateful for.
And it's a choice, and it's amazing how quickly the negativity wants to kind of flood in there, so don't let it.
Yeah, so start your day by aligning your mind, and the first thing you do is just find things to be grateful for. Then another thing is that I find that also throughout the day there are many opportunities to grow and to learn, whether it be intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and you need to ready yourself for that opportunity when it comes around. So open up your mind to the possibility of learning at every turn, whether it is through conversations with people, whether it is just observing people around you. I think that is a very, very important thing to do throughout your day as well.
Yeah, completely. Okay.
And then another thing that I thought was that, and I say it at the end of the show, and sometimes it might come off a little bit silly, but find an opportunity to try and make someone smile out there. And it might be through a silly joke, or maybe even like giving a listening ear. But I always find that making other people feel better has a way of reflecting back on you and multiplying like 100 times when you do that.
And that's such an energy that runs through the set. I think we've all found it kind of absolutely necessary to be able to, because you're not alone in this kind of collaborative space, but in any space, especially on a Monday, just be that guy. Be that guy who makes people feel better about themselves, and like you say, bring a smile to people's faces, and you'll be amazed at how that then, as Kat says, gets returned on you. Just, be that person that everyone's like happy to be around. And feels better about working with. It feels like a job, or does it? I don't know. We love it, man. We absolutely
you know
love
what?
it.
Can we just take a moment to toast to South Africa for 100% crushing it, right? In obeying the regulations, and now look at us now. We're all up in level 1,
baby.
Let's keep crushing it 100%.
Cheers to that. Hundreds.
Get your 100% fresh, tasty, fruity, and refreshing goodness with Crush.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
Join us this Tuesday evening at 7:30 on SABC3 as the Insider SA meets UCT's inspiring Vice-Chancellor, Professor Mamokgethi Phakeng. See how the visionary Liz Biden built one of South Africa's top hotel portfolios and learn how artichokes are being cultivated and celebrated in South Africa. The Insider SA, Tuesday evenings at 7:30. Repeat Saturday nights at 8, only on SABC3.
We want to acknowledge the healthcare students tirelessly volunteering during COVID-19
She's been a role model. She has given me so much confidence.
and give them hope for their future after this pandemic.
Here I am now, it's 10 years later, and I'm still trying to follow in his footsteps.
We're looking for current and aspiring healthcare students, graduates, interns, or those doing the community service here. Nominate yourself, receive nurturing mentorship, experience health work readiness, and stand a chance to win a 25,000 Rand scholarship. And for the mentors associated with the winner, you'll win an overseas trip to attend a medical conference of your choice. Sponsors of Brave, the next generation of Brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Time to talk about money. And we know that in times of financial need, we often turn to family banks or our lifelong savings to help us. Yes, we do. And more than ever, 2020 really has been the year where a lot of people have had to make some significant financial decisions and turn to help in every direction available. And that's why this morning we're joined again by our friend in finance, Chris Wood from Nedbank, who is here to highlight how our credit cards can be used in times of need. Chris, thank you very much for joining us once again. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me once again. Great to be with you.
So over the last few weeks, you offered great advice on how to use a credit card wisely, which I think is fantastic. But we can't ignore that thousands of people have been financially implicated during the lockdown. And of course, they've had to use all the financial tools available to them. What's your advice when it comes to needing that cash injection?
Well, I think to start off, it's always good to have savings. I mean, obviously, the global pandemic has rendered a lot of people, in financial distress, and it's not always easy to have those savings. And so in a time like that where you need to kind of keep things moving along, you need to make those everyday and daily purchases, it is useful to have a line of credit linked to a facility like a credit card. As we've spoken about in the past, we don't want customers to use these types of facilities recklessly, but we do want them to have access to those funds when the time arises. And I think a credit card really does provide you with that both that transactional capability as well as that little sort of buffer, that pillow to fall on in a difficult time.
So let's say someone has had to rely heavily on their credit card. How would you advise that they now manage paying off that debt?
Well, the most important thing with a credit card is that you actually only start paying or accruing interest when you go into that line of credit. So there are two ways that customers typically use their credit cards. Many customers actually move funds into their credit card. And the beauty of that, most people don't know, is that when you've got funds in your credit card that are more than what your limit is, in other words, a positive balance, you actually earn interest on that. So the bank will pay you money back. So that's one thing. The second thing is that when you've actually got access to that line of credit, don't fully utilize it if you can avoid it. So if you're sitting with a 20,000 Rand limit, for example, try not to keep your spending so that's constantly pushing against that 20,000 Rand ceiling. And then obviously, lastly, you only start accruing interest on that balance when you dip into the line of credit. So I've mentioned previously, you get 55 days of interest free. So you actually only start paying that back after 55 days. And that's really a great facility that a credit card provides, because it gives you that buffer to say, look, I need to make that purchase, but I'm actually not going to accrue any interest on that until a certain portion of time has lapsed. And that's really great for customers because they know that they can continue and then obviously make those payments back over time. It's really important to keep track of how much you owe on your credit card and to really manage your spending in such a way that you don't over-indebt yourself. But it really is useful to know that you're obviously only paying when you're using that line of credit. So you can leave your credit card to the side if you don't need to, and obviously use the funds that you've got available, but you've always got that buffer of having those funds.
So, Chris, we know that you can't talk credit and not talk credit scores. How do credit scores work, and where can we see what that score is and what it's looking like for us?
So a credit score is something that's pretty universal. And across the globe, banks and lenders use credit scores to gauge the kind of financial health of a customer, as well as how they've engaged with their credit over time. So in South Africa, we use a couple of different credit bureaus, and obviously the banks are all tapped into those. And customers essentially get a score that kind of ranks up in the hundreds. And the higher your score, the higher your credit health essentially is. So as a bank, what we do is essentially we gauge how much we can lend to you or what your affordability is based on your previous credit behavior and your ability or willingness to pay that credit back. It's really important for customers to know what their credit score is, and they can obviously log on to those websites of the credit bureaus, as well as use other solutions. We work with a partner, for example, called ClearScore, where you can log on to their website and use a free solution to actually go and check what your credit score is. And then directly from that website, actually look at whether or not you would like to take out a Nedbank or American Express credit card based on what your credit score is at that point in time.
It sounds like a lot of people then should be spending a lot of their time working at improving their credit score if it's not where it should be. How do you do that? And why would you encourage people to actively do so?
Absolutely. I think what we see with a lot of customers, especially in times of difficult financial, need, especially where we are now, kind of still being in lockdown, many customers go and take out many products from many locations. So, for example, you might have a couple of credit cards, you might have a store card, you might have a home loan or vehicle finance facility. And I think it's really important that the customers make sure that they understand where all their debt is and that they aren't over-indebting themselves across too many products. Our feeling from a Nedbank card perspective is that, if you have a credit card and you've got the right line on that credit card, you really probably shouldn't need anything else. You shouldn't be spending on that card and then going spending on another card. We will work with you to make sure that you've got the right credit line to do the things that you need, whether it's a lifestyle purchase or an everyday basic needs purchase. But make sure that you aren't taking out all these other facilities like your shop credit cards and then making sure that you're not spending on all of these different things all the time, because that's when your credit score will run away from you and it'll obviously dip if you're unable to make those repayments.
One of my favorite features and benefits, I suppose reward benefits for Nedbank or from Nedbank, is the Nedbank Greenbacks. Let's talk about how Nedbank clients can use their Greenbacks as cash.
Yeah, Nedbank has had the Greenbacks program linked to its credit cards for 14 years now. So it's actually quite a well-known and well-established program. And the beauty of Greenbacks versus some other rewards programs is that we don't have any tiers in place. You don't have to do, all sorts of wonderful and fanciful things to get to a certain tier to be able to earn more points. When you spend on your Nedbank or American Express credit card or your check card, you earn points irrespective of what you're purchasing. So you can go to, the movies and pay for a movie, buy some popcorn and Coke, you'll earn your points. You can pay for an overseas flight, you'll earn even more points. And I think the beauty of our Amex cards specifically, so if you get an American Express card from Nedbank, is there's no ceiling on those points. In other words, there's no threshold that you can reach during a month that says, oh, sorry, you've earned all the points you can possibly earn, come back next month. You just keep earning. And that really is the beauty and the power of the Greenbacks program. And then to talk to your point around converting to cash, Nedbank quite a few years ago introduced the shop card. And the shop card you get for free when you've signed up for the Greenbacks program. And instantly the points that you accrue through your card spend turn into cash. Now, that shop card is a product that we both give to customers virtually. So it's available on your existing credit card as a store of value, as well as a physical shop card. And you can go and swipe that card in store. You can pay for meals at restaurants. You can even withdraw the cash at the ATM. So we truly believe, that we differentiate ourselves as a bank in the sense that our rewards points literally are cash.
Well, that speaks to reward programs that actually work. Thank you so much, Chris Wood, of course, for spending the time and shedding all of that light as far as the overall offering that Nedbank has as far as credit cards and check cards and greenback rewards are concerned. It's very, very much appreciated.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, if you own a Nedbank credit or check card, you could win 2,500 Rand in cash. Yes, that's right. Simply spend 500 Rand on your card and then SMS the keyword Nedbank to 33728 to register your entry. But if you aren't a Nedbank client and you open a new account online, Nedbank will double your prize to, wait for it, 5,000 Rand. 5,000 Rand. So open that account, spend 500 Rand or more, SMS that keyword Nedbank to 33728 and you could be going home with some serious cash. All of the terms and conditions, they do apply. You can find them on our website, expressoshow.com.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
Well, it's a brand new morning, and as of today, in fact, from midnight, South Africa has moved to alert level 1. Level 1. Now, of course, this move brings a relaxation of certain restrictions and further opening of the economy. But the road ahead is still a long one in terms of recovering and building our economy. So, Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Winde, joins us this morning to share his remarks on the new alert level. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Premier Winde. How are you this morning?
Good morning, and it's great to be with you. It's and really exciting that we have got a relaxation of the levels. We must remember that they're not a relaxation of the rules. So we still have to keep our masks, social distancing. That's really important because we've seen second waves in other countries. But so it's a great morning for me. It's a great morning, I think, for the next step in the economy.
Absolutely. So let's talk about that and exactly what does level 1 say about the current state of the pandemic in the country, and what should our mindset be?
So absolutely, we've seen that as a country we've flattened the curve. It's really coming down very, very nicely, and obviously from a management point of view, we've got to keep vigilant. We've got to make sure that we see it raising in infection rates anywhere. We've got to move in very quickly and slow it down. I know in the Western Cape what we've got is we call it the hotspot management system. It goes wall to wall across the province, and we really focus in and pick up if there's anything, and we know. So you might find in one town a wedding or a funeral, and you'll know that, hang on a second, people weren't following the rules there. Or you might find, some event that people weren't really as strict as they should be. Then you might find some extra cases, and we'll zoom in and flatten those cases. But we all have to, as citizens, take that responsibility on ourselves, and we actually owe it to those people who've lost their jobs. We owe it to those people who can't afford to pay for, the food on the table, the electricity, etc., that they need to pay for. We must all play our part so that everyone gets an opportunity. And of course, that's level 1 now. It's a lot more open. I think for us in the Western Cape, the big issue for us is that it now starts to enable international borders to be opened, although this is also going to be very tricky because different countries have also got different status infection rates, and we'll have a list, but I also think that it's going to be quite dynamic. We're going to be playing between countries. We're going to be setting up and learning. We're still learning every single day, different kinds of protocols so that we can all travel safely and again, increase the possibility of growing our economy again.
Yeah. While touching on that, the international borders being open, do we have any clarity on which countries would be taking tourists in and from which countries we might be accepting?
So not yet. We're expecting that list any moment now, probably today or tomorrow. And then, of course, but as I said, I think the list is going to be dynamic. If you watch what's been happening in the EU, for example, even countries within the EU, they might have seen certain areas where a country's infection levels go up, and then they change the protocols. And I think that's what we're going to have to get right. It's very difficult to say to people, book your holiday and come here to South Africa, to the southern tip of Africa. We've got wide open spaces. We've managed to flatten the curve. This is a safe destination, and what a great place to come and spend the summer. We've also got to be able to say, but these are the rules and the protocols of how you can get in, despite whether your country's infection rate is going up or down. We need to know that 72 hours before you arrived, you went for a test, you were negative. We need to then say, well, fine, then that's good enough for us. Or we need to say that there might be 4 days of quarantine, or as was announced, there's an app that we can track and trace. And the same thing about you yourself as an arriving citizen, as arriving visitor. You've also got a mechanism that we can manage. If you pick up any symptoms, we can see who you've come into contact with. We need to be very smart in opening up and in enabling our economy. But I've also got another message, and that is, South Africans. It's also a great opportunity. If you were planning on traveling to another country, please make sure that you spend time in this country. It's an opportunity to travel around our country, I think, and our tourism businesses are putting great specials on, really attracting investment, attracting citizens, and let's make sure that we take advantage of that, because every time you do it, it saves a job.
Yeah, and of course, South Africa is just, never mind all the businesses around, it's just a great place to travel to. So it's about time that we as South Africans started enjoying it ourselves as well. Now, at the end of August, you announced the launch of our We Are Open domestic tourism campaign to bring money back into the industry. Tell us a bit more about the campaign itself and what the response has been.
So there's two sides to the campaign. One is the marketing collateral is a white label marketing collateral. So your business could use that same collateral and just add your logo to it. And so, here we've got some government spend on creating, product that you can use as a tourism business. And I think that's really great news for and especially the SMMEs. And then we are open. It's really getting people to understand that, for the last 6 months, we've all been closed. We've been locking ourselves away. We've been protecting ourselves. Now we're open. We've got an amazing offering. We've got just about every country in the world in one. And so whatever you're looking for, you could find it right here. So, come and experience. And right at the moment in our province, we've got, for example, the flowers. We've still got amazing flowers up on the West Coast. We've got an international film festival being launched in the Garden Route, where in every town there will be films shown, getting people involved in the film industry. We've got, this week I'm going to go and launch a new gravel cycle route across the Karoo. We really are trying to make sure that you get out there in the open spaces, come to the cities and the towns. We've got amazing experiences. And of course, we're celebrating our culture and our heritage this week. Come and enjoy each other's culture and heritage.
Yeah, that's wonderful news to hear that, and it's exciting to know that we were ready to go for this time, and now that it has arrived, we are all systems go to not only welcome international tourists, but also get our people moving on along as well as we look to uplift the economy. Premier Wendy, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Now, times, of course, are tough, but let's go out and support our local businesses all across the country. We have a role to play, all of us, in rebuilding our economy. So let's do our part and do stay safe as well while you're doing it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a Half Project presents There's a Story in Everyone. Visit cadbury.co.za/storytime for more information on how to share your inspirational story.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and you and you and you. Hopefully it is your special day. It's time to have your cake and eat it this morning. And like famous modern day poet Jason Derulo once said, Day-o, me said day, me said day, me said day. Daylight come and me don't want to go home. I think all of us feel like that on our birthday. You got it, man. These are certainly words to live by when celebrating your birthday. So if you were born on this very day, then you share it with that man himself, Jason Joel Derulo. I hope I'm saying that right. Also known as Jason Derulo, turns a young 31 years old today. He's a cool cat, man. Singer, songwriter, dancing extraordinary, of course. Since 2009, he has sold over 30 million singles, achieved 11 platinum singles. Incredible. He's produced songs for several artists as well. P. Diddy, a few Cash Money record artists as well. Recently released a single that is trending on TikTok. He's become a bit of a TikTok phenom as well. So we hope wherever you are, my friend, you're dancing. Hopefully he is dancing. And yeah, happy birthday, Jason, man.
You can't say his name without saying Jason Derulo.
You can't have a song of his without saying his name, man, but it's his birthday today.
That's all he knows. Listen, we're about to start off the wishes for you at home. To start off the birthday wishes, we've got the sweetest 16-year-old on the line to give her the sweetest message from her family. And Naldi, are you with us this morning?
Yes.
Good morning. Happy birthday, sweet thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. You sound so shy, man. You don't need to be shy with us, girl. You don't have to be shy with us. 16 years old, that's a cool birthday to be celebrating. What's on the cards for you today? Have you got anything planned? Did you do anything over the weekend?
Yes.
What did you get up to?
I went for a photo shoot.
Ooh, girl, look at you.
Stunning model. I absolutely love that.
Yes, we have a message from you, and this is what it says. It says, happy birthday, Analdi. Today is your day. So without worrying about anything, enjoy your day and make it an unforgettable one. May you gain all the prosperity and success in your life. Love from your loving family on your special day. What do you want to say to them?
Thank you.
Aww.
Oh, man. We are saying thank you for being a viewer. Thank you for being awesome. Hopefully you're going to have the most special day. Make it a birthday week of celebrations this week. But sending you so much love from our full Expresso family as well. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
So sweet.
Oh, so sweet to be 16 again, man. Happy birthday. So we've got another message coming through as well. This one to Tiffany and Joshua, wishing our mother, or from Timothy and Joshua, they're wishing their mother a blessed 45th birthday. May she enjoy her day today. And let's take a little bit of a video. Look at a video that's come through.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to mommy. Happy birthday to you.
If that isn't the sweetest ever, mommy is definitely feeling that love today.
Oh, I'm sure mom feels like the most special human being on the planet. Then we're also wishing Tashia Raja a happy 29th birthday. God's richest blessings. May your birthday be as special as you are. Lots of love from Ashley and Anthony Burgess.
And then a happy 10th birthday to my angel Farron. Daddy, mommy, and Tamika loves your energy in our lives and the blessing of the sunshine you give us. Another one coming through for Shawneen. May the Almighty always bless you with lots of love from your husband, Vaughan, son Thiam, daughter Abigail, and mother Fiona.
Oh, happy birthday to all of you. If you would like to send through an awesome, loving birthday video, we'd love to get that from you. And all we want is 15 seconds that we can share with everyone on the show. So you can WhatsApp those videos to 071 640 6551. We really would love to connect with you and see those videos. How do you feel about peppers?
If it's wild peppers, then it's fine. If it's like a wild, you know, wild
thing. Peppers, stuff them. That's what I say to peppers. I say peppers, stuff them.
Gee, did you just say wild?
It's wild.
Oh yeah, we're about to have some wild peppers. I've never heard of wild
peppers. Neither have I. I thought all peppers were quite domesticated and well behaved. But okay. It's a Monday,
man,
which means we're all about the veggies in our Expresso kitchen, and we've got something that is truly delightful, great for your braai as well, as we look to celebrating Heritage Day coming up very soon. So there'll be many braai fires lit across the country, and you might want to add this as a side versus what you usually would do. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But also, I suppose if you were vegetarian or vegan, for example, this would still be a great option for you to have as your main. Because this is that plant-based living, that meat-free living that we're embarking on.
That heart-healthy kind of thing.
Healthy feeling, which is something that Be Well, we're going to be using Be Well on this. How Be Well's made this recipe possible. What they really do care about is heart health. They are endorsed, of course, by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa. So that's a really good start. This is going to be a really interesting one because Kat and I are both getting involved. I don't think it's going to be interesting because we're both getting involved. I think you are great at doing this sort of thing. But to have me involved in any recipe that includes more than 3 recipes is sometimes a recipe
that includes more than 3 recipes. We're off to a very bad start, Uncle Tabs. You mean 3 ingredients,
that
right?
Includes more than 3 ingredients. That's it. If we were only focused on like these 3, that would be okay.
Well, I think getting started would be very crucial right now. So I've gone in with our Be Well canola oil in there, of course, and then I've got our 3 basic ingredients that we're going to start off with
onions going in there.
Got some onions. Nice little sizzle there. Some garlic, which always for me is like we are cooking. When you get that scent of garlic in the kitchen, you know.
Are those wild mushrooms?
No, well, I guess in essence, all mushrooms are pretty wild, right? Because they're out there.
Okay.
They're out there.
These are the more better behaved ones.
Okay, I think I might have gone a little bit too hectic on the heat, so I'm just going to make sure that I am all right here.
Well, if you want to get this recipe, please go onto our website. It's www.expressoshow.com. We've got the recipe with all the ingredients listed on there. Yes, it seems like a lot of them, but certainly you will see when it comes together how beautiful it all beautifully it does come together. But how easy it is to make as well. You've got the mushrooms already going in there, sort of browning a little bit with our onions and our garlic.
I'll ask you to kind of hand me, as you will, please, the peppers over there. We've got green and reds over there. So obviously, what I'm also trying to do is control the temperature within the pan.
Okay.
So the more ingredients you add to it, it'll start dropping it a little bit as well. But I've dropped the heat pretty low as well, just to kind of let everything... Because you want it to soften quite nicely, but I do want to maintain a little bit of that crunchy texture.
But you're getting the flavors right already because, I mean, peppers, for example, are quite strong on flavor compared to the other ingredients that we've got coming in the end.
Listen, easiest way to get a lot of protein into your vegetarian diet, beans. Beans, all
never
kinds.
Go wrong.
Red kidney beans. Just go beans crazy, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they provide extra beautiful texture as well, and you can hear that. I'm just going to raise it a little bit. You've got some lovely colors in there. The nutrients of the peppers as well, high in antioxidants. We've got some tomatoes
in there.
Pre-chopped. Thanks very much to our kitchen fairies, Kelly and Nicole. Thank you very, very much.
Yes,
we got some.
You told me what this is. Brinjal? Brinjal? No. What is it? What is that?
Let's try.
You told me.
I'm going to give you 3 guesses.
Come on. You told me, man. Not even 5 minutes ago.
It's a courgette.
Courgette.
Well done, Tubbsy. Baby marrow is another name for it as well.
That's it. You see, if we had actually gone by baby marrow, I would have remembered.
Then pass me that dark substance there, which you now know is...
This is the rice.
But not just any rice.
This is the brown rice.
This is the wild rice. The wild rice. Nice variation. Look at the lovely...
wild in this recipe.
Look at the lovely color that it adds. Jamie, do you see the rice is wild, okay?
The rice is wild.
Yeah. Not so much the peppers, but the rice is wild.
Okay, so
salt and pepper,
I'm going to need some salt and pepper. Here we go. You got to season. The way that you do it, you really are so comfortable doing this. The flair with which you make food, for me, I think is always just such a beautiful thing to witness.
Well, for me, it's like I enjoy the experimenting part of it. Not every dish turns out perfectly when I try it, but with practice, like one thing that I've learned to make pretty well is stews.
Oh wow, stews.
Yeah, but then sometimes the stews turn to soups.
No, but the nice thing about stews that they are like a bit of a labor of trial and error. I mean, in my experience, because the only thing that I can make, that I can make is stews. So chicken stew is that you really do make it your own, and you boil everything as you go.
And then you process the cheese there. So you're going to let this kind of soften. You've just added a whole bunch of spinach, and the cool thing about it is that once it warms up, it kind of wilts down.
Yes.
And then we'll give you a nice kind of moist consistency, the likes of which you can see over there. And then your green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, you kind of halved and you've par-baked them for about 15 minutes in the oven just to get them nice and warm, so they're not completely fresh. And then you'll stuff them. So I'm going to pass this to you so that you can do the stuffing and then finish it off with some mozzarella cheese over there.
But look at this. Look at all of this that's now going into our
And then, of course, if you want to get that lovely golden crisp finish that we have at the end there, you're just going to pop them right back into the oven with the mozzarella on top under the grill for just a few minutes. Just watch them. And then there you have it. A beautiful, heart-healthy braai.
Yeah. And if you were braaiing, for example, and you didn't want to grill them, maybe you were making some other stuff on the side, would you be able to just throw them onto a sort of open braai and let them
I think you'd have to watch them very, very carefully, because obviously on an open braai there'd be a volatile surface might have them kind of falling over themselves.
I see. Look at this. This is what you do. You stuff them with all the goodness that you've sort of prepared in the pan there. And this is what they look like. Oh, you got some more. You want some more? Okay,
Parmesan.
Over. Yes, of course. But, of course, if you love this recipe and you want to see a whole lot more of this type of recipe, head on over to bewellfoods.co.za /cookbook to download your free copy of the Happy Heart Cookbook. cookbook today. You'll find a wealth of recipes to recreate and, of course, inspire yourself with them. Make sure that both your stomach, but most importantly as well, your heart are healthy. And now we're just going to pour in some of... Okay. Hey, Arena. How will you Hey, Arena.
Why it's have a
Enjoy.
Visit bewellfoods.co.za to download your free Happy Heart cookbook today. Be Well. Love. Food. Life.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Thank you very much for choosing to wake up with us this morning. Now, having brought together artists like Heinz Winkler, Don Vino, and Louis Sobala in the past, the Jesus Collective shines in providing a platform for established and up-and-coming musicians to touch people's spirits through praise and worship. Now, this Saturday from 6 p.m., you will be treated again to the Jesus Collective as they perform their showcase Oscha Samtrek, a free event that will live stream gospel music and ministry. And we're joined in studio by founder Hilton Peterson and the inimitable Louis Sobala as they share, of course, more with us. Gents, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, we've got to start here. The Jesus Collective. What a name. Where did it all start? What is it about? What happens there?
Yes. So we're an evangelistic ministry. So I'm from a small town called Aston, and we started off in 2013 together, and we've just been going out to a pastor friend of mine, Acre Ministries, and just partnering up with them, bringing these artists to a small town, rural area like where I'm from. And and so we've been doing since 2013, 2014, 2015. And then 2016 I had this terrible event that happened in my life. I lost my dear mom, and for 6 months, 7 months I was just in a secretive loneliness and depression states. And and through me one day for this 1 week where we just had an outreach again where I didn't want to take part of, but still invited the friends like a Mahalia and a Jonathan Rubain and Louis Sobala. And the Sunday obviously was where everyone was on one stage, and we sat like now next to one another, and he said collective. It looks like a collective worship. And I said, yeah, if you put Jesus in the center of it, yes. And so that's why it's called the Jesus Collective, where Jesus is the center of everything, you know. I understand that they stars, obviously, but for me, at the end of the day, it's about the hope for the people where there's no hope, and the faith where there's faithlessness. So that's basically how it started, and we've been going strong ever since.
I absolutely love it. I mean, Louis, so of course you're a friend of the show. I mean, we love having you here.
It's good to finally actually be here, sitting next
next to you.
I know.
Although, you know, in distance.
I mean, look, at least I can still smell you. How's that?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's good. Isn't it, you know? Yeah.
But you're sharing the platform now, the Jesus Collective. Of course, you guys have come together because you've got a shared purpose and a shared sort of anchoring. How does it feel for you to be sharing your talent with such talented people of the collective?
You know what? So when you do something on your own, you can do a lot, you know, just do by yourself. But when you put somebody else in it, it's not an addition, it's usually a multiplication.
Yes.
And the wonderful thing about really just, we don't just sing together, but we really just kind of do life together. We have the same interests, all of us want to go out there. We don't want our music to just entertain people. Well, in any case, you know, there's still not going to be much entertainment, you know, from now for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But it's to make sure that what we do really goes out there, touches people's lives, and makes a difference in their lives for an eternity. And as I believe that, like, as God has added to the Jesus Collective, you know, we have all come together for that, you know, like for that purpose. And that's why we just always just looking forward to being together, although only just a few now, you know, in a room, so that we can do what we really did music for, which was never necessarily to build a career, but to use our talents in order to make a difference in people's lives.
And to really lift spirits, which you are able to do even in these tough times for everyone.
I think more now than ever before, there's a need, you know, for the Jesus Collective.
Yeah. And so here you are, Hilton. You know, you put in together this absolutely incredible event.
Yes.
Oscar Samtrek.
Well done. Well done, dude. Well done.
It's just fantastic. It's really my new favorite phrase that I'm going to use randomly in any conversation. But what is it about, and how did you name it that? Tell us about the event as well.
So obviously, Ons Gaan Saamtrek is a thing where growing up I lived in, like I said, in this place, Aston, and we lived in a little sect for 18 years. And my mum every morning 4 o'clock would go out and pray for a house that I never saw in 18 years. And so at the end of the day, you know, I just saw the faith that this woman had in asking God. As we were talking about it, the anxiety that you just prayer, supplication, and then thanksgiving, and that's what she basically did. And so and so this one particular conference time, which is the Saamtrek in their church, is where she went out, and I was the king of blacklisting. So I could not buy a car, could not afford a car, because I was the king of blacklisting. That's
a whole king.
And so I can remember this day, my friend who was also in their church came with this Mazda Zoom. And he came for, and Brother Reiters came to pick her up, and the one thing that she did was, she opened the door and she says, "Jou ma gaan jou kar losdraan dance by die Saamtrek." And she was just saying that she's going to praise this car for me into my hands. And I could not believe it, because the owner and the dealer principal said there's no way that I can get this GTI that I wanted. And so my mom says, when I come back from this Saamtrek, the things that you wanted will be yours, and the things that you are hoping for will be yours in any event. So she went the Monday, the Tuesday, the Thursday, I got the vehicle. So I know that once you do the Saamtrek, and I mean, like you said, now we're in unprecedented time, uncertainty, and so we just believe from the 26th, whatever was a saak, whatever was a matter in your life, should not be a matter after the 26th. And that's basically what we believe in.
But that is inspiring, you see, and that is the foundation on which this Oscar Saamtrek initiative is based, right? And Louis, so people have the opportunity to experience all of this. They have an opportunity to win tickets. What do they have to do?
So I think first of all, everybody will be able to watch. This is not a closed event at all. We're not exclusive. We're inclusive. That's what the Jesus Collective is about. Exclusively inclusive. That's right. So everybody can catch the Ons Gaan Saamtrek, can go to Saamtrek. You know, Saamtrek will be on the Jesus Collective Facebook page and also on YouTube pages as well. Make sure that you tune in from about 5:30. We're going to start at 6 o'clock. So even if, you know, viewers right now can go to the Jesus Collective Facebook page and go on there and attend the event, like our page, and then at least it will remind you. But otherwise, just go on there and just let us know, what does worship mean to you? We just want to know, you know. And then from there, we'll obviously choose just people people,
goodness.
if you are going to be in Cape Town, well, even if you want to just fly through, because you can fly now,
Yes.
you can also come and join us. And you know what? And this is for everybody. We believe that come as you are, but you know that you're going to leave the same. So it doesn't matter what your faith is, what it is that you believe in.
There's also an opportunity, obviously, for people to actually purchase tickets because that's what we want them to be able to do if they want to.
But actually, we're not going to be selling. You know, we're not going to be selling tickets. And that is the one thing. And that is the one thing that is different about Jesus Collective, is that for all the years that we've gone all around the country, even up to Africa, our events are free.
Glory. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this morning. The work that you do is absolutely fantastic. And yes, the talent, when you guys hit that stage, it's so fired up. And I can't wait for everybody to experience that. Of course, that's happening from 5:30. You need to go onto their page. But the show will start at 6 o'clock. Now, we're going to be treating you to 2 amazing spiritual performances. I mean, I've listened to the sound. What's it called? The sound check, when they do the sound check by the Jesus Collective for our Gospel Mondays, as a taster of what you can expect from them when you do tune in this weekend. So keep it locked right here to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Of course, you can also stream the event live from 6 p.m. like I said. That's happening this Saturday, the 26th of September, on the Jesus Collective YouTube page. It's free. It's absolutely free. You heard it from the man himself. Remember, you can also win 1 of 5 tickets to the event simply by commenting on the Oscar Samtrek event poster posted to Instagram or Facebook with what worship means to you. And we know that worship means something to all of us, and we want you to use that hashtag #EkTrekSam. Good luck, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Listen, right now it's time for your glow up in the W Beauty room. Now, last week we caught a glimpse of the latest collaboration between Sir John and W Beauty, and of course I cannot contain my excitement any longer. Everybody, our fashion and beauty editor Knox Mafu is here to unpack the Volume 3 collection brought to us by global makeup artist and maestro Sir John and Wood.
Girl.
Friend, let me start off by saying that I had a bit of FOMO because last week you had an exclusive makeup masterclass with one of my favorites, Renee de Wit, and then the top 10 Miss South African finalists.
It was such an incredible experience. Honestly, Jamie, like being able to interact with such a great product and also such dynamic, beautiful women, and learning how to really empower yourself using makeup was just a dream come true. And Renee always has hot tidbits to learn. So I think I sat there the whole time like this.
Teach us. And now we're going to be sitting like this. Teach us, because Volume 3 has dropped.
Yes.
What comes to mind when you think of this product and this new collection?
I mean, I think Sir John has always, across Volume 1, 2, and now 3, it's always just about radiance. Really about glowing from the inside, really using makeup to stay in the room and make a loud statement in the room. So I definitely, even in the name, Rain and Shine, I think it truly speaks to what Sir John Volume 3 with W Beauty is about. It really is about stepping into your power, really about using, I mean, you'll see the products all very like highly pigmented, a lot of shine, and really such a good fit just for a reigning woman.
Listen, talking about the women, it's made for South African women, you know, that confident, bold South African women. Why do you think, you know, collaborations like these are so relevant and needed in this day and age?
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, we know Sir John is behind this, an international renowned makeup artist. And I think, you know, with a product or a company such as Woolworths, which is locally sourced, those kind of collaborations are so good for putting us on the global map. I think Sir John has seen so much power in our women and how they love makeup and how they can grow and bloom with it. And it makes so much sense that to have a collaboration like this and with a product line that is so focused on detail, so focused on the, you know, the mobility of most South African women, you'll see it's absolutely remarkable.
Now, talking about the product, can we just take a moment? Firstly, before we even going to go inside, let's talk about the outside, you know, just the packaging. And then I also see a protea on that. Take us through that.
So this is actually a really, really lovely story behind it. So what this collaboration is focused on, and really the whole team was led by women. It's expert insights from all women. And actually the person who designed this is an artist called Robin Pretorius. And she individually crafted and made these beautiful protea designs, a real ode to our national flower, and really giving it the statement and power piece that it has. So she really created this beautiful design. I'm sure we can see some of that here. And in all the different elements here, there is always a version of the King Protea looking absolutely stunning and just amazing as it is. So I love that Sir John has really taken the time to focus in on South African culture and really upskill, you know, local designers and local artists. So really, this is such a great look.
Now, the moment is here. Take us through some of the products. We need to keep our you are even just in shock. You're just like, where do I even start?
I think let's just go with the palettes. I think, I mentioned, Jamie, that obviously Sir John has always focused on a highly pigmented thing. So I'm going to do the big reveal now. We've got a beautiful palette in the classic.
Oh, wow.
I mean, look at
Wow.
that. So really just, I'm going to try touch this really gently. Hold on, let me do that. All right, so everyone can see the colors now. What I like here is that there really is a focus between the matte kind of pigment and the high, like shiny kind of thing. So really from day to night, you've got a palette that can help you throughout the day. It's really easy for it to come onto the skin. It doesn't crease, it won't flake off the skin. So really a great product for those high impact kind of makeup looks, but also for your more softer neutral tones. And so we've got a big palette like this, and then obviously we've got your more compact one. Also again, just every time the shimmer is there, and here we can see, that rain and shine in the name is really dancing over here. So these are great pigments for all those areas here. So you could add it to, your tailbone here. You can take it to the top. These are really great to add that shine. You can mix it up together. And what I like about Sir John is that all these products can do much more.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, so always really the ability to do much more. The lipsticks are just, even if you look at the packaging, let's just look at how stunning and really regal this whole look is. There's a range of colors that are available. Right now we are looking at the Amore color, which has got a very lovely, romantic color.
Love it. And we're also looking at the colors as well. It's perfect for the season that we're going into now.
Very easy to apply also, right?
I'm obsessed.
I know, literally, you look at, but there's such amazing colors. So we've looked at a more here. Okay, this is the same color, but really just a range of, and then the bristles, which is something I really appreciate. I think the power with makeup is how it sits on the face, right? So you've prepared your skin, and these brushes are incredible because they are synthetic, which means they're much easier to work with, they're easier to clean, and they also have far more durability on your skin. So there's an amazing set here of brushes that are super available, made with really 3D synthetic bristles, very easy to work with, soft on the skin if you were to even notice there. So really these are your A1 products to have. So any kind of brush and application you want to do with this kit, you want to do it with these bristles over here. So much to focus on. Okay, let me do this. Now this is a beautiful eyeshadow palette, all very sleek, and if we just open it over here, ooh-wee, stunning. Guys, this is
gorgeous.
Unboxing.
It's unboxing on a whole nother level. You are just making us so excited for what's more to come. We're still going to unpack so much more this month with Sir John and WBT. Knox Mafu, thank you so much for always being the plug. For you at home, of course, if you were a fan of Volume 1 and 2, like we were, you will be so amazed by Volume 3. Really a collection that brings the women of South Africa the tools to harness the power of self-expression. Now this limited edition, let's put it out there, limited edition, Sir John with WBT Volume 3 collection is sold exclusively at Woolworths stores nationwide. Now you can also purchase it online and on the Hoolies app to get that glow up that we all need. So John, Knox Mafu, give a plug, everybody.
What's better than a sugar-coated, deliciously crispy golden brown donut and 100% Arabica beans brewed to perfection? Treat yourself and warm up your morning with a little sweetness from Mac Cafe with the all-new mini donut and cappuccino offer. A little lovin' doesn't have to cost a lot. Great coffee, simple.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And you're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on SABC3. Of course, kickstarting your day off on a feel-good note, and certainly doing that in song and a bit of dance, a bit of movement. We've got the Jesus Collective in the house today, about to lift our spirits to a whole new dimension. Of course, led by the vocals of Veronica Mayer. Here they are with Glo. Take it away, guys.
Sal uit jou binneste vloei. En as jy doen wat die woord sê, strome van lewende water sal uit jou binneste vloei. Sing saam, ja. Ja, sy woord. Sy woord. Hy is die wat alles verstaan. Dis eenvoudig, jy moet glo. En as jy doen wat die woord sê, halleluja, strome van lewe sal uit jou binneste vloei. As jy doen wat die woord sê, ja, strome van lewe sal uit jou binneste vloei. Kom ons sing saam. En as jy doen wat die woord sê, halleluja, strome van lewe sal uit jou binneste vloei. As jy doen wat die woord sê, ja, strome van lewende water sal uit jou binneste vloei. Kom ons gaan hoor en glorie. Sy woord. Hierdie plek, waar hy ver van die Alpha, die Omega, die begin en die einde. Daarom zal ik niet twijfelen, die manier kan. Ja, hij die God wat alles kent, die God wat alles verzet. Ja, ze doen ja, wat hij moet zeggen. Van leven, zal ik zo verlaat. Halleluja.
Come on! Oh, yes! My spirit is at maximum capacity, guys. This was fantastic. Are you blessed or what? Hopefully, if you're out at home right now, you're turning the dial all the way to Feel Good. That's how you start a brand new day. The Jesus Collective here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My cup runneth over with yes. Connect with us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Let us know what you thought of that performance, of course. What a blessing to have you guys. Thank you so, so much. Again, a big round of applause. That's what I'm talking about.
Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a Half Project presents There's a Story in Everyone. Visit cadbury.co.za/storytime for more information on how to share your inspirational story.
Looking for fantastic health and weight loss benefits without a lifestyle change or being on a diet? Well, Shapeline 50 Billion from Proven Probiotics is the first ever probiotic to offer scientifically proven weight loss, while at the same time boosting immune and digestive health. That's why we think Shapeline 50 Billion may well be the world's most effective probiotic. Available at Dis-Chem and Clicks.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on a beautiful Monday morning. Well, after months of lockdown without any live sports, a weekend like this past 2 days had us gorging on sports. Sports fans really happy. Live sports on just about every channel that we could connect to. The biggest sports, rugby, soccer, there was a bit of cricket, even some amazing cycling and motorsports, and a little bit of golf to boot. And we've got a lot to chew on this morning. Our sports anchor Jeremy Harris now joins us to tell us a little bit more. Buddy, where do we even begin? again, first of all, good to have you here.
Good to virtual high five.
Flesh, man. So good to see you, buddy.
Thank
Let's start with Super Rugby AU. We kind of thought the Brumbies would have this one in the bag. A couple of risks they took, mainly in the form of Noah Lolesio, youngster, 20 years old, hasn't played for the majority of the season, but boy, did it pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was talk about his form and, you know, how good he was. We hadn't seen much of him, but, you know, he was drafted straight back into that starting lineup for the final. And a lot of experts were going, you know, is this a great idea because of the fact that he's missed so much? But he certainly helped them all the way to the title.
Yeah, brilliant. They've played a wonderful kind of rugby as well, running rugby. They've scored lots of tries out in the wing, but they had the basics down there. Their maul was really good. Rucks were really strong. Lineouts really, really good. You got a feel for the Reds because this wasn't a chance, and I think the Brumbies haven't won Super Rugby since 2004 or something, so it's also been a bit of a drought for them. But you got a feel for the Reds after the season that they've had.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I thought that the Reds had a really good season. When we spoke on Friday, we spoke about how it could go either way. I mean, pick a team. We happened to pick the Brumbies just on their log position and on their form, to be fair. But the Reds could have come through with a final day upset and taken this. They played really well on Saturday, and unlucky to lose in the final.
Yeah, man, James O'Connor's been one of the breakout stars. I know he's been around for a while, but he really seems to have cemented that spot at number 10. What did you make of this as an Australian rugby, a Wallabies test camp? Because, of course, that's what we're thinking about now.
Yeah,
we're thinking about Rugby Championship.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's you've got to put your Springbok or your South African hat on and go, this is what the opposition could look like, and the opposition could look really good if this is what we're going to be coming up against. Very creative, good foundation in the forwards, as you were saying, and then creativity coming out back.
Man. Lots of
running
in the
straight
back.
lines. Really good stuff.
We absolutely love it. Well done to the Brumbies. They are the Super Rugby AU champions.
Yeah, well done to them.
Okay, let's get to the important stuff first. Manchester United 3-0 down to Crystal Palace.
Wow.
Sorry about that, buddy. One of the most exciting players, I think, in the league, in any league, Wilfried Zaha. A star for Palace, yes, but I think he is a star in the league. He is absolutely brilliant, and of course, compounding a pretty negative start for Solskjaer and the boys. What did you make of their opening account?
Very poor for Man United. Disappointing. I mean, all of the bad words I would use. But to Wilfried Zaha, and to your point about Zaha, I think that, you know, so often he is underestimated, he's overlooked, he's just not taken seriously enough. And then, you know, at your peril, 2 goals, by the way, and then thanks for losing 3-1. Why don't you?
Not often that I think that they said this is the first time in history that one player has had 4 assists to one other player. Harry Kane did get on the score sheet, but he had 4 assists for Son Heung-min, who was superb.
Yeah, super fit. I think that's the one thing we're going to see in lockdown sports is the fact that there's going to be a lot required of you as a player, whatever the sport. And Son Heung-min is super fit.
Was that army training before?
He's that army training, special forces training that he's been doing. But I mean, he was. If you'd said to him, listen, the game's actually 30 minutes longer, no problem.
Sweet, yeah, he would have been in.
Would have done it.
But so they get back to winning ways after losing to Everton in their opening round. Newcastle going down to Brighton. Brighton also looked surprisingly strong. And then, all due respect, and then Chelsea, Liverpool. Never want to see a 10-man team in any encounter like this, because it does take a bit of luster off the shine, but take nothing away from a Liverpoolian side that's looking pretty good at the start, and some nice signings.
I mean, the threat that they presented, or that they suggested they would present at the end of last season, has sort of come to the fore again. Yeah. They're there for the taking. I think, though, to your point, a 10-man team does blur things a little bit. So I'm keen to see what Liverpool look like when they come up against another strong team. What it'll be if they play 90 minutes with 11v11.
Very quickly here, let's touch on the US Open. Bryson DeChambeau, a bigger lad, comes in there 15 kilograms heavier. I found out from our crew, but clearly the bulk has helped him win his maiden US Open. Incredible. Louis Oosthuizen not too far off the chase.
Yeah, no, good performance from DeChambeau. Straight after that, he went to fight in a UFC fight. Because he's that big.
In the light heavyweight, yeah.
But he just overpowered the course, and that's not an easy course. In fact, he was the only player under par for the entire 4 days. So a really good performance. And I mean, nice to see a South African flag in the top 5, and in fact, Louis was 3rd, so really well done to him.
Yeah, definitely in the chasing pack. And then finally, let's recognise what has been a scintillating Tour de France. 2 Slovenian young riders just dominating, one coming through on the final time trial. Tadej Pogačar, that final time trial event. I've never seen an athlete get in the zone like that to steal the yellow jersey back again. Also had the polka dot jersey, also had the white jersey. What an unbelievable ride.
Yeah, no, I mean, compelling viewing this tour from virtually the first stage to the last. But as you said, that second last time trial on Saturday was just amazing. You could see the body language from his side. He was just a machine. It was something in him that was just pushing him and driving him. And he overturned a 57-second deficit into a lead at the end of the stage.
And Primoz Roglic, you got to kind of spare a thought for the man, because he rode brilliantly well. But I think the star on the final day, Sam Bennett, to retain that green jersey, ain't nobody going to take it away from him. But he took a final stage win there as well. So Ireland, I would imagine, celebrating in green as they would. But a beautiful Tour de France as well. In fact, an amazing weekend of sport all around. We didn't even get to touch on MotoGP. Unfortunately, Brad Binder crashing out. So we'll just move swiftly on. Jeremy, once again, just a reminder that Manchester United lost horribly over the weekend. And on that note is where we sign off now. Great to have you back here, buddy. So good to see you in the flesh. And of course, don't forget, we are looking for that super fan. So please let us know on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. Are you a super fan who wants to have your say on the show? We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, what a stunning performance from the Red Devils there. Old Trafford is so proud. Well done, boys. Keep up that kind of performance throughout the whole season. We love it. Now, listen, let's reflect on Friday. That was a great day because we had our first Tropica Flip the Cap Expresso winner, Darius Motlake, who found smooth and won 1,000 Rand of a Travel Start travel voucher. Congratulations to you, Darius. You can now enjoy this beautiful prize. You can visit friends and loved ones. Hey, take a little bit of a break if you like, hey?
Absolutely. Now, you too could be a winner just like Darius with Tropica's smooth or not smooth competition. That is absolutely right. And this week's weekly grand prize is even smoother. Are you ready for it?
Tell us.
It's a Samsung microwave, everybody. Now, how to enter? All you have to do is buy any Tropica promotional pack with a red cap, flip the cap. And if you find a smooth underneath the cap, you stand a chance of winning. Now, if you don't find smooth, then try flipping another cap until you do.
Absolutely. And once you find smooth, follow the details on the pack and stand a chance of winning smooth instant prizes. There are headphones, mobile phones, Travel Start vouchers, return local flights, watches, sunglasses, and so much more.
Absolutely. Plus, you stand a chance of going into the draw to win weekly grand prizes live on Expresso every Friday by flipping a cap on our wall till you find smooth. Now, there are TVs, washing machines, and fridges up for grabs.
Yeah, and this Friday we'll be flipping the caps for a Samsung microwave. So just imagine having a stylish and powerful new microwave in your kitchen to easily cook and warm up those meals, those ready-made meals. You're just rushing back from work and then ooh, and there it goes.
Absolutely.
30 seconds later, bing, all good. Yeah, so get your Tropica and enter. The more Tropica you buy and find smooth, of course, the more chances that you have to win. And T's and C's that apply can be found on tropica.co.za. And who knows, we could be flipped. Oh, not smooth.
Not smooth.
There's another one. Not smooth.
Not smooth.
Hey! See, just like that.
Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy Tropica, flip the cap. If you find smooth, you stand a chance to win smooth prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
welcome back, you beautiful people. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live on SABC3. It's a brand new day. It's the start of a brand new week, but it's also the start of a brand new level that we're embarking on, level 1.
Since midnight.
It's already started.
What do you mean?
That explains the traffic on the way here.
It's 7 hours and 29 minutes into level 1.
Explains the traffic. Explains the traffic, but we did ask you a question on our Facebook this morning. This is what we asked you. So since the announcement by President Cyril Ramaphosa that lockdown level 1 begins today, how does this affect you?
That looks like a man who's happy about level 1.
Oh, you're happy. You're affected very, very positively. All smiles all around. And
Let's
so
take a look at what you had to
Let's take a look at those comments.
I think Chantal is the first comment that we have on our screen saying, hey, happy, can't wait for borders to be opened up too so my film industry crew can start working again. Yes, it's been tough on us. We understand that very, very well.
Yes.
Chantal, thanks very much for that. And then another comment from Loanne Barath, who says, I don't see no change or feel a change. We're still under strict rules at my place, masks, sanitizers, and distance all the way. I think those are just the basics we need to keep in mind.
Yes,
in order
it's not
to,
over.
Exactly.
It's not over.
COVID is still among us, so wear your mask, sanitize, do social distance. The good thing now is that certain sectors of the economy are now being reopened and people are being allowed to make money again and to contribute to the economy.
That's what we love, right?
Exactly. Let's take a look at another comment that came through from Bradley. Bradley had this to say, not much change really, just happy that the economy can grow again. Hashtag Expresso Show.
I love it.
Renee, this is what you had to say. Morning, guys. We made it. My coffee tastes better.
Come on. And it should taste better. It should taste better knowing that you have a little bit of relaxation. I don't know. I agree with you. I can see why and how it
I guess
better.
now you can go to the store and buy fresh milk. So the coffee might taste better because...
But you've always been able to.
Maybe some people have kept them, like they were stockpiling milk and then, you know...
They were going into the bunkers.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Oh, man. Well, look, my tea, I'll tell you now.
This tastes level 1 good.
Definitely does taste like level 1. Nothing beats the long-lasting freshness and quality taste of Clover fresh milk. Made with love by Clover.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This ain't no level 2 bake. This is a level 1 bake right here, my friend.
This is honestly veggies that you just want to use it up a bit. It's going to be the next level. This is the next level.
This is the next level. This morning we're about to have a little bit of fun with a collie broccoli cheese bake that the whole family is going to love and embrace. Just look how beautiful that is.
It is stunning.
All right, so I'm going to take care of
taking it. I'm sitting here.
The kind of main dynamic here. So I'm going to put a pot on the boil. We're going to kind of make our white sauce as we've become accustomed to make. So I'm going to pop a little bit of butter
and
in
you
there.
really are the chef, because I always feel like you always come in, you're like, I made this for Lindsay, I made this for Jack. So
it's about getting the basics down. And once you get those basics down, then you're winning. So we've got some very finely chopped onion that's going to go in there as well. So I'm just going to brown those off before I start making the roux.
It smells so good.
And it will. And this is going to make a beautiful kind of textured, nutty flavor in to kind of bind the whole bake together. There we go. So I just want
Do you know I'm laughing because you're using all these chefy terms like the roux.
You got it, man. But I told you.
That's when you're selling it to me.
I said this to Herman last week. Is what you do is you take the last chef that you cooked with, you take all of his intellectual property, and you pass it off as your own, and then it makes you sound like you know what you're talking about. Then we've got a bit of finely chopped garlic going in there as well. You don't want to overcook the garlic or put it in too earlier, or the pan mustn't be too hot.
Too hot because it will burn.
Because it will burn, because that has very high sugar content. You see, you're also learning now.
Yeah.
But that's smelling amazing. There's something about that combination of the butter being the kind of the cooking agent with the onions. It really does get like a nuttiness to it. That's amazing. Okay, so now I can start introducing, and I'm going to use the whisk for this one, our flour to start.
Yes.
Do you want to use
do
the
anything because I feel like I'm just standing here. I'm just here for moral support.
You'll get, because in fact, in the meantime, you can start layering our broccoli and our cauliflower that's just been blanched there, because that's going to be obviously the backbone of what we're creating here.
Okay, awesome. And a quick tip that I learned from Nicole as well is when you boil your water first, then you put your broccoli and your cauliflower in. for like maybe 5 minutes. You take it out and put it into ice cold water or bath of like ice, and that's what keeps the color. Because I always wondered why the broccoli gets that green color and how it
pops,
stays.
yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, no, it's and with blanching then as well, you don't take too much of the nutrients out when you overboil these things. So I've got 2 cups of our beautiful full cream fresh milk. It stays fresh for longer. And this is when you can now pump up the heat. So I'm going to pour all of that in, and I'm going to bring this to the boil. So I'm going to really jack up my heat.
There you go. I'm trying to lay this as perfect as possible.
It looks,
all of that
yeah, because the
goodness
is going to be coming through there, so that's nice, not too lumpy, and this will start to boil and cook through. Then I'm going to take literally half of our cheese, because we're going to keep the rest of this aside for a juice, so you can sprinkle that on the top. We just want that cheese to melt, and it's starting to thicken beautifully already. Look at that.
And again, this is so perfect, like if you are doing, like, if you want to do an alternative of meat-free Mondays, you don't have to put in the bacon or anything. Just keep it with the broccoli and the cauliflower and just that cheese over again, the layers of it. If you want to swap out the bacon for some chicken, you can do that as well.
I mean, have some fun. If you want to hide other vegetables in there, if you're struggling to get your kids to eat this, because it's crispy and it's cheesy and it's delicious, you can probably, maybe some courgettes. I'm going to put our bacon in there as well. Get that through. Beautiful. Oh, can you pass me the little cloth
what
there?
What do you need? I'm your sous chef at your service.
You are.
At your service. There you go, G.
Amazing. Well done. Okay, so this is looking pretty good.
You want to do some salt and pepper as well?
Yeah, let's put a little bit of that's thickening beautifully. So I'm going to put a little bit of cracked black pepper.
You have to. Salt. Yes. Okay, Salt Bay, come through.
There you go. Season, guys. Don't be shy of a little seasoning. Whole point is that it must be well enough seasoned so that the person doesn't need to. If they really do have a high salt appreciation, then they can do that. Okay, this is thickened beautifully. It's looking amazing.
The bacon will also give that salty texture to it. So I'm assuming you don't need to put in too much salt with it as well.
I think this is probably ready to introduce to our bake. Almost perfectly timed. Can I grab another little cloth there?
Yes, absolutely. I have one for you.
If you can bring your little pot over this side.
Bring it this side.
And let's pop that.
Oh, okay.
Look at how amazing that is.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Oh, wow, look at the bacon. Hey, that looks absolutely spectacular. Well done.
I have one job. This is my job, everybody. This is why I was invited.
Get sprinkling, do it.
Yeah. Please invite me to your house and invite me for dinner so I can just put cheese on everything. Like, I'm just the cheese person.
Well done. Look at that, and there it is, jam-packed with vitamins and all the goodness that your family needs, and it's delicious and it's crunchy, and then you just bang that in the oven because these have been cooked through, so it just needs a nice, beautiful golden brown, crunchy exterior like that. But if you missed any of the steps, just take you through a blow by blow. Wow, this looks good, man.
Right, Vijay.
Woohoo!
Made with love by Clover.
Nothing beats the long-lasting freshness and quality taste of Clover fresh milk. Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The game is literally about to be changed as African retail giant Game will be introducing its first future-ready concept store this coming Wednesday at the Mall of Africa. Catherine Madley, Vice President of Marketing, a good friend of the show, joins us this morning to tell us a little bit more about what this new store entails, how it has been designed specifically to address your shopping needs. It's the first of its kind to be transformed as part of Game's overall turnaround strategy, Retail Reimagined. And we can't wait to find out a little bit more about this amazing innovation and what they have in store for us. Catherine, a very good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me.
I remember just running through all the shopping aisles at Mall of Africa's Game store with you, preparing for Black Friday. And then there was the big Game birthday celebration. And now you're here. Please tell us first what a future-ready store is and why Game has decided to introduce this first one in South Africa this year.
So a future-ready store and Retail Reimagined is a physical manifestation of our entire strategy. It's us putting ourselves out there with the customers to see if our thinking is on point on every single category, on all of our branding, on our supply chain and the whole operations and experience itself. So it's the first of many, and I'm looking forward to listening and hearing what customers say as they enjoy the new experience that Game is presenting to them.
Maybe these crazy days, the last few months have got us thinking about our future in a very different way. And I would imagine in retail, it really is a case of future-proofing yourself, but also getting to know and connecting with your market in a completely different way. When we talk about Retail Reimagined, it's about transforming, you've said, and improving that customer experience. So what are some of the new and exciting innovations in store that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so what we've done is we've taken some categories out of Game that we feel no longer apply expertly. We've replaced them with some new categories, but the experience in the store is Wi-Fi, it's demo zones. I mean, we just find customers like to feel a pram and how it works and ride a bicycle to see if that's what they like. We've got a wonderful kids play area. We've introduced books. We've gone into a range called Style Essentials, which is our clothing range that we've introduced. We have Party. I mean, who doesn't love a party? And aren't we all looking forward to having parties? Yeah, and other things, like home security and lovely sample vending machines. Who doesn't like a freebie, out of a sample vending machine, and power banks? And there's so many things to see and do there. Things that we've brought from our 50-year heritage and that will remain, and then, of course, some new things into the store environment.
Catherine, it really does sound like Game has come full circle in this way and moving into its fresh and exciting direction, because customers are looking for experiences. Considering the current pandemic, when going to store, people now look to experience a safe and seamless shopping experience. What are some of the improved orientational efficiencies in the concept store that aid this, and why was this such an important factor for you?
So, I mean, it's important to remember that you don't drop your guard, which means you don't drop your mask. So that we have in the business, and that will remain for some time. So we also have things like self-checkout for people so that they can come into the shop and leave the shop without actually coming into contact with anybody, really. But, of course, we've got our normal checkouts and self-checkouts. We've got QR codes on certain products so that you can get more information. And then, of course, we have got a very, very well-designed store in terms of navigation. So you can see exactly where to go and how to speed up your shopping journey if you wish to. But we do want you to relax and enjoy yourself in Game at the same time.
Well, of course, we still want to take the opportunity to celebrate these milestones when they arrive and get together just a little bit within the bounds that are allowed. Can you tell us a bit more about the ribbon-cutting ceremony that's going to be happening this Wednesday in Johannesburg and the expanded categories of the concept store that you'll be launching with that opening?
I was really keen to have it, and especially as a symbolic gesture to thank all of the associates in the store that have gone through this transformation in the Mall of Africa and the others that will also go through it. Our associates have just been phenomenal through this whole pandemic. So it's really about that symbolic moment in game reimagined and retail reimagined, and also inviting the partners that we've had on this journey. We're looking forward to just sharing that special moment, in a very safe and COVID-friendly way with those individuals.
And thank you very much for the invite, because I will be joining you at Mall of Africa.
I know.
Catching a flight out of
I believe
Cape Town.
so.
Yes, Catherine.
Yes, I saw you on the list. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person.
So while you are piloting the game reimagined format with the Mall of Africa, and we're really looking forward to that, do you plan on rolling out more future-ready stores, and when can we expect this?
Yes, indeed. We are planning on the rollout, and this side of the year we will be opening a new store in Zanin and a new store in Potchefstroom on the 12th of November and the 19th of November. So we're excited for that. And then we're reformatting quite a few stores this side of the year, and then the rollout will continue into 2021.
Or 2020 2.0, as we are calling it, our do-over. Thank you so much for joining us and for all of your efforts during these really unprecedented, crazy times. It's been wonderful to see how you guys have managed to keep that connection with your customer and keep them kind of front of mind through what has been a very difficult time for a lot of your customers. So thank you so much for all of your efforts.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Catherine. Now, Game is a trusted brand with a 50-year heritage of delivering the best value on quality merchandise for African consumers. We've seen it through its 122 stores in South Africa and 28 throughout the rest of Africa. Now, this focus makes the introduction of their first future-ready concept store this year so exciting to watch and be a part of.
So we want to know from you guys at home, if you won a 1,000 Rand Game voucher, what would you buy at their new future-ready concept store? So share what your thoughts are on our Facebook post with the hashtag #GotGame, and you can stand a chance of actually winning that 1,000 Rand Game store voucher. You can find all the terms and conditions on the competition on our website, expressoshow.com, and it's going to run up until the 25th of September.
Here's a reminder, Game store opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. Happy shopping.
Now, if you have a pet at home and you're in need of some discipline for that pet and useful training, and you're tired of saying, "Hey, Spotty, hey," then you're in for very good news. You love our new series of daily dog tips and tricks courtesy of NexGuard Spectra. And today, dog trainer Karis Neft shows us exactly how to teach your dog the come command, and also how to have them listen to you and respond whenever they're called. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Karis Nafti. I'm a dog trainer and an animal behaviorist. Today I'm going to show you how to practice calling your dog to come at home so that they do it reliably at the park. So for this exercise, it's pretty simple. You just need a handful of treats, whether it's your dog's pellets or a special treat for them. Take one piece and throw it away from your dog so that they run away from you. And then as soon as they've eaten the treat, call them back. Sam, come! And reward them. The trick to any behavior from your dog is practice. So you want to call your dog to you over and over and over again so that the word come is a very solid, reliable command. Find it. Sam, come.
A flea and tick-free dog is a happy dog. Protect your dog from harmful parasites with NexGuard Spectra's tasty chewables. Did you know your dog needs to take just one NexGuard Spectra chew once a month to treat and prevent the broadest range of troublesome parasites, including ticks, fleas, mites, and various worms. NexGuard Spectra can be given with or without food to puppies as young as 8 weeks and to dogs of all sizes and breeds. NexGuard Spectra is the tasty chew you can trust and the treat your dog will love.
It's one for the book readers and the book eaters. One for the construction workers and their helpful ones. One for the laundry sorters and the laundry hoarders. Who whoever the dog member of your family, big or small. New NextGuard Spectra, the broad spectrum monthly chew that protects inside and out in one easy step. NextGuard Spectra, just one chew, so easy for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we fly through the last few moments of the show. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Winning big is always exciting. We know this, and we've already had 2 lucky viewers, both walking away with a fridge. Really nice, after spinning our Buy Smart virtual wheel of prizes. And what a wheel of prizes. So you can stand the chance of winning either a queen-size bed, a fridge, a washing machine, or a smartphone. All you have to do is sign up to Buy Smart today. Do it right now, in fact, and you could be our next lucky winner this coming Thursday. Signing up is already easy, and you'll not only get rewarded with points every time you buy, but you will also be put into our weekly prize draw. And there's a quick look at how this whole dynamic works. Take a look.
Buy smart and get rewarded for your shopping choices. Who wouldn't love the opportunity to win big weekly prizes when buying some of your favorite Tiger brand products? Get rewarded with points and so much more. During the month of September, subscribe to Buy Smart, where you shop for your household staples. All you have to do is SMS HI on WhatsApp to 072-897-6278 and follow the steps from Buy Smart. Upload a photo of your till slip when you buy Tiger Brands products. Earn points for your purchases. Your points can unlock rewards ranging from airtime and fast food vouchers to movie tickets and shopping vouchers. It's quick and easy, and you can sign up on the go. Just open your camera and scan the QR code to get the link to sign up. Or save 072-897-6278 as a contact and send HI on WhatsApp, and follow the steps to sign up to Buy Smart.
And remember, all you have to do is send HI, yes, HI on WhatsApp to 072-897-6278 and follow the steps, or open your camera and scan the QR code to get the link to sign up. Now, when you sign up this month, you stand a chance to win those awesome weekly prizes, including a queen-size bed, a fridge, a washing machine, or a smartphone. Now, here is the QR code one last time, so sign up today, and who knows, it could be you spinning our virtual wheel of prizes this Thursday and walking away a big winner with Buy Smart.
Yeah, all the best of luck there. Now, if you're still not feeling level 1, maybe this will elevate from the inside and out. The Jesus Collective are still in the house. Time for another rousing performance.
Get rewarded for your shopping choices with Buy Smart. Send HI on WhatsApp to 072-897-6278 and follow the steps. You will stand a chance of winning incredible prizes weekly on Expresso. And of course, thank you very much for staying with your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on SABC3. I mean, this morning has proven to be such an inspirational one, right? I mean, we've been singing, we've been dancing, we've laughed, we've connected in the most beautiful way. But of course, we've been treated to some really amazing performances as well. The Jesus Collective, they are still here in the building. This time around on the vocals, the song is called The Fight Is Over. Yes, this speaks to the fact that, you know, we've seen ourselves go from level 5 all the way down to 2, and now hopefully soon 1 as well. We're fighting this thing together, but we're staying connected in the process. Spencer Kennedy on the vocals and the keys alongside the Jesus Collective. Take it away, guys.
The battle is the Lord's, the fight is over. The battle is the Lord's, the fight is over. The victory has been won, the fight is over. The victory has been won, the fight is over. So rejoice and be glad. The fight is over. So rejoice and be glad. Rejoice and be glad. The fight is over. Oh, la 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 la. Till we take it higher. The Lord, the fight is over. The battle is the Lord. The battle is the Lord, the fight is over. The victory has been won. Victory has been won. Victory has been won. So rejoice and be glad. Rejoice and be glad. The fight is over. Yeah. You gotta sing it like you believe it. Say it. So rejoice and be glad. The fight is over. Say la 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 la. Everybody, la 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 la. Sing it with me. La la la. Say la 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 la. Say la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now everybody singing with me. Say, the battle is the Lord, the fight for. The battle is the Lord. The battle is the Lord, the fight is over. Victory has been won. Victory has been won. The fight is over. Victory has been won. Victory has been won. The fight so rejoice and be glad. So rejoice and be glad. The fight is over. The devil is defeated. So rejoice and be glad. So rejoice and be glad. The fight is over. Everybody, la la la, say la 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 la, say la 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 la, oh la 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 la, say la 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 la, everybody la la, la 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 la. Simple part goes like this. So when the praise goes up, blessings will come down. When the praise goes up. When the praise goes up, the blessings will come down. When the praise goes up, can we take it higher? Praise goes up, blessings will come. When the praise goes up, the blessings will come down now. When the praise goes up, blessings will come. When the praise goes up, job you need, blessings will come. That house you need, blessings will come down.
Come on, wow. When the praise goes up, the blessings will come down. And no matter what it is that you're going through right now, it's all about believing that the fight is over. The Jesus Collective and, of course, Spencer Kennedy on the vocals here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, really just elevating our spirits this morning. Thank you so much, guys. Wow.
uplifting for this Monday morning, especially as we enter into this new level with renewed hope for our people, for the economy, and we look forward to a brighter
Open it up. Let's reconnect with loved ones. Half my family's going to meet my little one finally, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, here's a question. Are you ready for love in lockdown? Did you find love in lockdown? Well, that's the discussion in our midday broadcast. We'll see you again for that at 11:30 this morning. Kat and I are ready to greet you once again. But until then, have a fabulous morning. We love you.
Wear a mask. Make someone smile.
Clover has been part of our South African heritage for over 120 years and wishes you all a happy Heritage Month. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.